The pandemic has impacted how we do business, and the property sector was not spared. The performance of the sector really depends on how the underlying economy and businesses are performing, and as property professionals, we really need to understand what's going on. So in today's video, I wanted to share my 5 predictions or outlook on what's happening in the property sector in 2022. Hey guys, I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mpho. I'm a property finance specialist, and over here we share all things business, careers, and sometimes a little bit about life. Now, today's video, as mentioned, I'm sharing my outlook on what's happening in the property sector come 2022. Here's 5 things that are top of mind for me. Coming in at number 1, starting in the residential property market, I'm expecting to see an increase in the rental market. In the past 2 years, what we have seen is low interest rates, and what that has done is naturally encourage more of us to buy homes where we would have maybe otherwise rented the same place. With interest rates expected to be increasing in each and every single quarter of 2022 and even beyond, the expectation is that more people will be renting instead of buying. But even outside of the impact of interest rates, with initial lockdown risks being so reduced as people are taking up vaccines, what we're expecting is more job opportunities and also more stable income, and that will also translate into people being more comfortable to sign on long-term leases. The second trend that I expect to continue into 2022 is the dominance of the industrial sector. Now, industrial was a clear winner in the commercial property space out of the whole pandemic. That's because of a number of reasons. The first one is that industrial units are generally affordable. Secondly, it is built for purpose and not as speculative as the other ones like offices. And thirdly, you can't manufacture in your home. So because of those reasons, I do expect the industrial sector to continue to dominate the other sectors within the commercial property space. Also, with the rise of online shopping, what I think we will be seeing, or what we've actually been seeing, is that small businesses are entering through industrial rather than retail. So if you think about it, previously if you wanted to open up a shoe shop, you would have to go to a retail center or open up a physical shop to actually be able to sell your shoes. But right now with industrial and with online shopping, what we're seeing is that small businesses are entering into the space, into the market through industrial, through renting of warehouses and getting those goods directly from manufacturing to the consumer. The third trend that I want to speak about is the future of offices. Now, the office space has really suffered, and even before the pandemic, we had an oversupply of offices in certain business districts, and that was really knocked down hard when the pandemic came through and we worked from home. Vacancies in the office sector continue to be high, and whilst we're expecting companies to come out with vaccination policies in 2022, and most of them will probably say you need to be vaccinated as they want us to go back to the office, what I'm also looking out for is how that is received by employees. So what I'm expecting is that yes, we will have a continuation of the hybrid working environment with us working, let's say, 2 days from the office and then 3 days at home. There is also a sentiment around the physical office being now the new offsite, and I actually agree with this. So if I think about how I've engaged with the office in the past year, in 2021, whenever I went to the office to be with my teammates, it felt more like a social thing that we were going to do. And yes, we worked, but I'm not gonna lie, my home office was where I was more productive, and the work office felt like it's an adventure and I'm meeting with my teammates, and that was cool. But I do agree with the sentiment that offices will now be the new offsite. Another thing to look out for is how employees respond to being made to go back to the office. Now, we saw how Americans responded with this. We've seen the whole great resignation that was happening. So I do believe that with the future of work and with the type of shift that's happening with how we relate to work, people will value flexibility, and people will probably leave jobs that require them to be at the office the whole time for something that's a little bit more flexible. One to look out for. I don't know. Let me know actually what you think. Would you like to work more from home or more from the office? Fourth one that I want to mention is retail, and how retail is being more essential. So I am talking community shopping centers, neighborhood centers, and also township and rural centers. Retail centers depend on our ability to spend. The pandemic has definitely threatened the disposable income that we have. So as a result, our shopping has been limited to things that we consider essential. I mean, I'm not buying Gucci. I don't know about you, but I never was. But the point is that we're spending less and less on things that aren't important because money is stretched, inflation is on the rise, and also now we're seeing potential increases in interest rates, which will stabilize inflation, but at the same time means we pay more to service debt. And on that, so I definitely see we will see community centers continuing to thrive, township centers, which really provide essential services. Right, the last point that I want to mention, and it's such a nice full circle moment because we're back to residential. So a trend that I think will be going with into 2022 is just the need for bigger spaces. I expect a lot of activity to be motivated by the fact that we want to be able to separate within our homes spaces for work, spaces for family and relaxation, and that sort of thing. So that may actually result in people wanting to upgrade their current spaces to either themselves fit out portions in their homes for dedicated offices. At the same time, some may be wanting to buy bigger homes. Another trend that I've been seeing making a comeback, at least in our heart, is closed floor plans. Now, open plans are nice to look at. They're airy, they look beautiful, but at the same time, they just don't contain smell, they don't contain noise. And with us working from home, with us learning from home, that separation between what's a kitchen, what's for TV, what's for work, what spaces for work has become essential. So first price, I see people needing a specific separation between spaces that are for work and for home. And if you can get a separate office space, that'll be great. But also, if you don't have a separate office space, I see that people may be missing, at least in their heart, a closed floor plan. And that is because even if you were working from your dining room table or your kitchen, you then want to be able to have your living room as a non-work place. You don't necessarily want to be looking at your laptop as you are watching your favorite Netflix show. That's it for today's video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below. What are your thoughts? And also, do you like this property conversations? Let me know. Until next time, keep well.